you didn't. Okay. Did everyone make sure their phones were on silent? Okay. Do that real quick. Okay. Awesome. We're ready. Welcome to Spark. So we're going to first talk about what the heck are all these words up here. Okay? Some of them look unfamiliar maybe. Yeah. We're going to go over here. Okay, so what are all these words? First, let's talk about what is Metfix. Anyone want to try? No? Okay. Metfix is a diet and exercise program designed to improve your metabolic health. That's it. Who owns it? So it's co-founded by two people, Greg Glassman, who's the founder of CrossFit, and also Emily Kaplan, okay, who's an investigative reporter who's been working in the medical sciences for years, okay? So Metfix is simply a diet and exercise program. You could say, well, what's the difference between CrossFit and Metfix? The difference is that CrossFit really didn't cross over into the diet side of things. There was a little bit of work and there's a tiny bit of material in the CrossFit material and in the CrossFit space, but it didn't give us a workable system for applying nutrition strategies and technology to our members. So Metfix came onto the scene to solve that problem. Okay? Everyone tracking? There's no difference between the CrossFit prescription of exercise and the Metfix prescription of exercise. It's exactly the same. And it works, right? That's why we're all here. Okay. So the goal is to improve our health, and the Metfix angle at improving our health is through our metabolic health. So what does metabolic mean? You guys have all heard the word, right? Metabolism, metabolic rate. You guys have, has everyone here done an in-body scan? Okay, great. So on your in-body scan, there's a number and it says basal metabolic rate, right? So metabolic has to do with, or metabolism has to do with, all the systems and processes of the body, all of them. Everything from the cellular level to the digestive level. They're going to the wedding too, aren't they cute? I know. I know. So everything from digestion down to the cellular level, where those fuels that we take in are utilized for hormonal production, for all the different things that our body must do. Beating our heart, expanding our lungs, right? All those things are all part of metabolism, okay? When we talk about metabolism, when we say like, well, like my metabolism sucks. Anyone ever said that? I don't have good metabolism, right? What we're talking about is our body is inefficient at using fuel. And so it tends to store it instead of use it. Yeah? And we store it as that. That's right. So if we have good metabolism, our body's only holding on to the fat it needs, and it uses up whatever else it has. It uses it up and it's gone. It's not stuck to us. Cool? Okay. So then we go, what is Spark? Well, Spark is the program that was designed by Metfix to provide education for you around this subject of metabolism and health. That is what Spark is, okay? And that's what we're doing today. Today is day 1. We will have 4 of these lectures. Each lecture is designed to focus on a different part of education. Today is all about awareness. So lots of just learning about where we're at and where we need to go and why we're here. The next lecture will be about quality. So learning about quality foods, what is quality and what isn't quality. The way that we like to put it is what is food and what isn't food, and we'll talk more on that. And then the third lecture will be about quantities, because quantities are important. Have you guys ever heard the idea that the poison is in the dose? Yeah, so like you could basically consume anything and turn it into a poison if you consume too much of it, even water, right? So we need to talk about quantity. It's not enough to talk about, what's quality. Let's talk about quantity as well, and that's our third talk. And then our final talk will be about metrics, how to measure these things, how to track these things, how to do this sustainably. Make sense? Any questions so far? Okay, great. So, why improve our health? This is a class discussion. Why improve our health? Why improve your health? Anyone have any thoughts on why you should improve your health? Yes, Sonia. Longevity. Cool. Live a long time. Another one. I don't want to be dependent on my son. Awesome. Keep your son free and clear of medical services. Quality of life. Awesome. Good. And I'll say to that, right? Like our medical sciences are coming to a point where they can keep us alive a very long time. So it's not a fear of dying early. I mean, sure, of course, we should prevent dying early. But really, it's like, how long do you want to live not being able to live? Because medicine will keep you going. It'll keep that heart ticking for a long time. Has anyone ever seen someone at the end of their life for 20 years? Yeah, that's a thing. They're at the end of their life for 20 years. Okay. And that 20 years, had they potentially, I mean, I have to know the specific stories, but potentially they could have made that 20 years worth living, something to live out. All right. So on your clipboard, you have a why improve your health. I want to know your specific reasons for why you want to improve your health. So you guys can hang out together when you're 105. To outlive Dave, because everything's a competition. Yeah. It's okay if it's a couple things. Take your time. Dig deep. Why? That's right. Anyone want to share something they just realized? Like, oh, I didn't even think about it that way. No, we've been thinking about this. Yeah.
Exercise helps your mental acuity.
Yeah.
I don't want to have dementia.
Okay.
There you go.
Fantastic. Mm-hmm. I saw another hand. Is that you, Taylor? Oh, mental health. Yeah. Yeah. That's a big deal. Anyone ever? Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. The confidence, for sure. That's great. Anybody else? Cool. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Isn't that the truth? Absolutely. There's so much information out there. And hopefully this will give you some rock solid ideas that can't be shaken by all the other ideas out there, because you'll understand why on a deeper level. Yeah, totally understand that. Okay, good. We're done with that part. Moving on.
I have a question though. Is this like Quick Cut? Is this replacing Quick Cut or?
No, this is a different program.
This is a different program.
Mm-hmm. We'll run Quick Cut in about 2 months from now. Yeah. Doesn't mean you shouldn't eat that way though. You should keep eating like that. Okay. He's like, I heard we're done with Quick Cut. I'm gonna go have some cake. That's what I heard from today.
I know.
So this is when Glassman came on the scene in the fitness world. This was like over 20 years ago. There was not a rock solid definition of fitness or health. Okay. Health is considered even still absence of disease. Who here is absent from disease? You're not diagnosed with any disease. Could you still be healthier? Yes. And so the problem with that definition is that it kind of created a dead end. It's like, well, the doctor didn't tell me I was diagnosed with anything, so I'm healthy. But it could still be better. It's not black and white. It was a very black and white definition. So he came up with a few different ways of looking at fitness and looking at health. Okay. The health models, the way of looking at health, are based on the way of looking at fitness. And we'll see how these two relate pretty quickly here. This first one is about how to look at your fitness. How do we see how fit you are? Okay? Because just like health, it's not black and white. Right? Like some of you are so strong and can pick up twice your body weight off the ground in a deadlift. Right? I mean, we know that's fit. Okay. But that same, some of you may not be able to run a mile in under 10 minutes. Okay. If we think about heavy lifters, that's their situation. So how do we assess their fitness compared to a runner who can run a mile in 4 minutes, but can't pick up their own body weight off the ground in a deadlift? Which one's fitter? I don't know. Depends on how you look at it. So this is a model that helps us assess fitness no matter what area we're looking at, whether it's strength or endurance or flexibility, et cetera, et cetera. And what we're looking at here is how much power is produced inside of a workout or inside of an activity, and then how much time it takes to do it. Would you all agree that if you could lift twice your body weight off the ground 50 times and run a mile in 4 minutes in under 6 minutes total, you would be so freaking fit? That would be nuts, right? And so we would look at how much distance was traveled and how much weight, and including your body weight when you ran the mile. That would be included in the calculation, and we would get a power output. We'd get a power number, okay? And we get to put a dot. Oh yeah, that was so awesome, right? So we would put a dot up here, okay? And then we'd also look at how much time. What'd I say, 6 minutes? So we'd be like, our dot would be like somewhere over here. And then we go, that's a lot of fitness. And that's why it's really high on this graph. But let's say we took that same workout, 50 picking things up off the ground, and you could only pick up your body weight off the ground. We did it 50 times, but it took you twice as much time, okay, like 5 minutes to do it. And then we did the mile, and it took you like 15 minutes to do it. So it took us 20 minutes to lift less weight and do the same distance. Everyone's tracking with me? Okay. So now we're over here, and since we did less weight, right, we're somewhere down here in terms of, so this is less fit and this is more fit. Making sense? Okay. The idea is the more data points you have up here, the fitter you are. That's it. Okay. So you end up getting all these little dots all over, and these dots represent some activity. This is groceries, going up the stairs, lifting furniture in the house, running half a mile, right? Pickleball. All these activities are data points. Okay. And so we get all these little data points, and everything underneath the curve of your data points is considered your fitness, the blue part. So we go, well, how much blue do you have? I have more blue than you, so I'm fitter than you, right? This is the competition. Now, how much blue does Dave have compared to Tim?
More blue than I am.
Yeah, you think? Is that making sense? So this is how we look at how fit you are. The more blue you have, the more capable you are. If you've got to go run away from zombies for 3 days, you're going to do a good job if you have lots of blue. If your blue's like, you're probably the first to go. You're going to be a zombie quicker than me. Does that make sense? Okay. It's always about the zombies. Any questions on this? Okay. So now, this next one takes us from assessing fitness to assessing health. You guys ready? Okay. Deep breath. So now what we look at is if you have the blue in each moment of time. Let's say we have this for this year. We also have this snapshot for last year, this snapshot for the year before. Getting the idea? We have this snapshot for each year. So over time, as we age, these are our ages right here, we can look at how much volume, because now we have 3 points to look at. We have our age to look at, and then we have each curve. Can you kind of see that? If you sliced it like this over and over and over for each year that you're alive, you're going to get volume underneath the curve, like a mountain. And you want to have the highest mountain possible to have the highest health possible. So then you go, well, what about disease? What does disease have to, this is health. This is the definition of health. It's your work capacity across a lifetime. So that's like a totally different way of looking at health, because we're always looking at it like, am I diagnosed with something? How do my numbers look? What is my blood pressure? Is that making sense? Okay, we agree that this is a conundrum. Good, that takes us to our third model of what health is. Everyone seen this? Okay, it turns out that the more work capacity you have, the more stuff you can do over your lifetime, the more potential you physically have, the better everything else turns out to be. Anyone came here to get strong and end up lowering their blood pressure? Raise your hands. There's some of you. Okay, good. Anyone came here to lose some weight and ended up getting rid of their pre-diabetic status? Okay, great. Anyone come here to, I don't know, hang out with the guys and just accidentally get fitter? Okay, cool. I understand you. Good. So it turns out that as we develop work capacity, we lose all the health problems. We lose all the things that we would be diagnosed with without work capacity. They are related very, very closely. Okay? Does that make sense? Do you agree with that? Have you guys had that experience yourselves? Okay, very cool. So this is the sickness, wellness, fitness continuum. We talk about this in our Fitness 101, right? The idea of this is that you can mark any data points, whether they be what you might measure in a clinic or what you might measure in a gym, on this line. You can also measure a whole lot of other things here, okay? So here's an example. If your blood pressure, everyone familiar with blood pressure? Okay, if your blood pressure is 150 over 100, where are we? Whew, we're in trouble, right? Okay, we're sick. Cool. If our blood pressure is 95 over 80, where are we? We're good, right? I think it can be better than that, but right, it can be better than that. That's bad? Oh, that's too low. That's too low, you guys. 105 over 70. Okay, good. So that would be fit, right? Good. Yeah, ask that guy. He takes blood pressure for a living. Okay, so we're tracking. Blood pressure, that's easy to mark, okay? Let's look at something from the gym. Let's just talk about doing a mile. Can everyone complete a mile? Whether they're walking it, crawling it, you can get through a mile, yeah? Okay, good. So some of you can complete a mile in under 20 minutes. You're like, yeah, I could do a mile in 20 minutes. I think that's everybody here. Yeah, because that's like, right? Now, some of us can complete a mile in under 10 minutes. Okay, now you got to run. You can't do that walking that pace, right? Good. Some of us can complete a mile in under 7 minutes. Does that make sense? Okay, so if it takes you 20 minutes to finish a mile, where are we on this spectrum?
Red.
Yeah, we're probably in the red, right? If it takes you 10 minutes or less, where are we? Or about 10 minutes? Yeah, we're well. We're okay. We're doing fine, okay? But if we can do it in under 6, where are we? We're fit. That makes sense? Good. So that's another metric. How about body fat percentage? Everyone understand body fat percentage? Great. That's just how much body fat you have compared to all the other tissue in your body. Okay. So a body fat percentage of 50 or greater. Where are we? We're sick. That's too much body fat for our body to hold comfortably and healthily. We're going to have a lot of other problems. Okay. If we're a female and we're at 35 to 30% and we're in our 50s. We're like right in here. We still have a little work to do, but we're definitely not over here. Okay. Our body fat, we're that same female, we're in our 50s, and our body fat percentage is under 30. Yeah, we're over here. Yeah. If we want to get crazy, that female has a lot of muscle mass, right? And she's probably under 25. We have a volunteer in the back. Yeah. Does that make sense? So we can look at all sorts of things on here. I want to kind of broaden this view of fitness and look at our ability to handle fuel. If you have a body that freaks out when it hasn't eaten after 3 hours and starts to crave sugar, crave immediate just energy to the body, okay, and it starts to you start to get a little pale and shaky and you're like, feed me, okay, where are you on this spectrum when it comes to your metabolic health? Yeah, we're probably not all the way over here, but somewhere that's a problem. Okay, if you had a body, let's imagine this, you had a body that you could go 6, 7, 8 hours without feeding, and its blood sugar would be maintained despite not having a meal in the last 6, 7 hours, right? And you could consume carbohydrates at a birthday party, or you could not. And you could consume a high-fat meal, a high-protein meal, and your body processes it just fine. It doesn't matter what you eat. your blood sugar stays nice and stable. Okay, where are we? We hate those people. Right. Stupid people. They're over here. That would be a fit metabolism. That would be a fit metabolic health. Does that make sense? That would be the ideal situation, yeah? Would you all like to have that? Yeah, you could either eat or not eat. Your blood sugar stays stable. You're not getting hangry on anybody, you know? And you could also kind of go off plan and have a donut on Sunday or something. You're the donut guy. Yeah. But you could do those sort of things now and again, and it wouldn't be like a stomach ache and barfing and blood sugar spikes and crashes, because your body would be able to handle and process it and get rid of anything that it doesn't need. Yeah, that would be amazing. Okay, what if I told you you could create a metabolic health that is close to that? You could, right? You actually can create that, but you have to train your metabolism. You have to train your metabolic health, just like we have to train our deadlift. Just like we have to train our cardiovascular system to have a lower blood pressure. You got lower blood pressures not by accident. You got lower blood pressures because you changed things and you trained your body to use less effort to move blood through your body. You did that. It wasn't some magical wand. Does that make sense? Same with our metabolic capacity, our ability to handle fuel. You can change it. And so this program is about teaching you how to change it. Some of you have already changed it and you might have thought it was magic, but I'm going to teach you why it changed so that you could causatively change it again. Does that make sense? Cool. Questions? Okay. We're going to go over, with the help of our Dr. Josh in the house, we're going to go over your labs. Who brought your paperwork? Wow, we have 2A students. 3, 4. You brought your labs? Good. Yeah, the paperwork we gave you, your prep pack. Everyone got their prep pack? Okay, raise your hand if you brought it. Raise it high and proud. 50%. Good. We're just doing math for next time. If you didn't bring it, that's okay. We just want to make sure you understand what we were asking for, so that, because some of you are like, what the heck are these numbers? What do they represent? Okay. So Josh is going to help us because he's the man. Well, let me cover this one. I got this one. Okay. So body weight. This is how much pressure you put on the earth standing on it. Okay. Yeah. This is how much you impact the earth being on the earth. Okay, that's your body weight. Do we care? Not really. The earth is fine. It can handle you. Okay? We really don't. We really don't care. Not really. No, not when we talk about body weight. Who cares? Okay, now maybe your husband cares if he's trying to pick you up and carry you across the threshold or something, but I think we're all past that. Yeah? Maybe not Taylor and Michael back there. He probably does that every day. Come here, babe. Right? So you stay light, girl. You stay light and you get strong. Okay. That's our body weight. Resting heart rate. How many times your heart beats in a minute while at rest? While you're resting. When is the best time to take your resting heart rate? When you wake up in the morning, before life has gotten your heart rate up, before it's jacked it up, right? Before your kid's like, Mom! Your heart rate goes boom, 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 right? Probably not directly after your alarm. Yeah? Whose heart rates go up right after an alarm? Yeah, guys, right? But maybe like, okay, it's Sunday. It's your no alarm day. That's my no alarm day, right? And you're like, oh, I'm awake. Good time. Yeah. 4:20, right? A little late. Take your heart rate right then and there. 1 whole minute. And if you're like, don't have the patience for a minute, take it for half a minute and then just double it, and that's your number. Cool? That's your resting heart rate. A lot of us have these guys that do it, yeah? Yeah. Okay, cool. Body fat percentage. We talked about it. How much fat your body is holding compared to all the other tissues in the body. Your bones, your tendons, your ligaments, your muscles, right? We're comparing the two. If you have more than 50% body fat, you have 50% of that tissue is what's making up this body. Does that make sense? Okay, good. Am I doing good, Josh? Oh, no, I don't. Mm-mm. No, I don't. Hip to waist ratio. Okay, so this is another way to look at your health. And really what we're concerned about here is your visceral fat. You know, we've talked about visceral fat, and that's like up here in the belly, and it's like shoved underneath the muscles and around the organs and in the organs. Did you know that? Did you know your body will put fat inside the organ? Not just around it on the outsides, but in the liver. Yeah? Okay, just checking. So this is, we're just looking at the ratio between your hips and your waist, and that's what we're concerned about. Honestly, just use your visceral fat numbers. Okay, that gives us everything we need. Blood pressure, yeah, we're good on that. And then bone density. Anyone ever checked their bone density before? Ladies? Yes, yes, only you? You've never checked your bone density? Okay, probably time. When do our doctors ask for it? 60, not yet. No, you don't get to check yet. I've checked my bone density. It's kind of cool to see. It's good to get a baseline where you're at now before you go fully through menopause and all these kind of things, because menopause can start to rob some of that. But if you do want to check your bone density, your doctor probably won't, prescribe it until you're older. But you could go to a place called DexaFit downtown Sacramento. I think if you go on to Groupon, you can get it for like 60, 70 bucks. It's pretty simple. You just lay in a tube and you can keep your clothes on. You just lay there. It takes like 5 minutes and then they give you a report.
That's all you get for 70 bucks?
Yeah. Well, they talk about it. Yeah. It's just a picture. Yeah. Bone density, not a big deal till it's a big deal. Okay, we don't talk about it until it's a big deal. It becomes a big deal typically for women after the age of 60 who haven't been doing any sort of heavy lifting or any kind of movement that requires bone density. If you're doing movement that requires bone density, then you probably have bone density. That's the cool thing about our bodies. Make sense? Okay. There's also a genetic component to this too, for sure. So if it runs in your family to be losing bone density, you've got to be checking. Patty's like shaking her head so big over there. Yeah. Yeah. So Patty's been working on her bone density for years. Yeah. Okay, good. Let's turn it over to Dr. Josh over here for these other pieces. I'm going to give you the mic.
You look pretty? Oh, good. I'm not going. Yeah, I'm going to the wedding like this. Yeah. Yes, thank you. So this is all our blood work that you guys got done. Right? We've got our A1C. That is it's a measure of the 3-month average of your sugars. Right? Did anybody know that already? Okay. So, right. Some people get like, how do you measure that? Right? It's a marker on our hemoglobin. When there's a whole bunch of sugar in there, that number goes up. The percent of those go up. Okay, so that's something we use for pre-diabetes, diabetes, knowing where our sugars are at. Okay, fasting insulin. So that's a number. Fasting meaning when we haven't had anything. We have a normal amount of insulin that should be there, and that when it's elevated will be a sign that we are having poor metabolic health. Right. CRP, you guys all got this measured? Yeah.
What is it?
So, yeah, I'm going to tell you right now. It's called C-reactive protein. And so it's a marker of inflammation. And that inflammation can be from anything. So when even from injury and wherever we're doing in life. But the other thing is when we have visceral fat, when we have poor sugars, when we have high blood pressure, the CRP will go up. The liver basically produces CRP to try and counteract that inflammation. So we want this low. Okay. Fasting glucose, this is that fasting blood sugar when you wake up in the morning, right? When we haven't eaten for a period of time. We want that lower too, right? Triglycerides are those fatty molecules in our blood, right? Everyone heard triglycerides before? Okay, cool. So once again, we're looking for that to be lower. That's a sign that we are heading towards metabolic issues if it's climbing up there. And then HDL cholesterol you guys probably heard of it as your good cholesterol, right? HDL is really good at kind of clearing out the bad stuff. And so that's what it's made for there, okay? And then triglycerides to HDL ratio, that is basically if we have, the closer we are to having this ratio nice and even, right, the better our metabolic health is. So basically the HDL can counteract the triglycerides if we have a ratio that's down towards 1-to-1, right? So that's what that is. And when this starts to climb, then we know we're also headed towards poor metabolic health. Got it?
Yep.
Okay, any questions? There's a whole bunch of information behind this, but that's the basics. Especially you look like you have a question.
Okay, so for like the good cholesterol, but like what if the good cholesterol is high? So like I have high cholesterol,
But it's because the HDL is high.
it's because of the HDL, but my bad one is low, so my doctor was like, I don't think you have high cholesterol.
Right.
I mean, so for you.
So there is a, like, we don't really run into issues where it's, like some people have too high of numbers. There's not a huge amount of information about how significant that is. Generally, it's not found as bad though, right? Because it's just counteracting the other stuff. And typically it's more of a genetic thing that it's high than anything else. Yeah.
Do you know the difference between high density lipoproteins and low density lipoproteins? Because HDL stands for high density lipoproteins, and LDL stands for low density lipoproteins. Okay.
Know them like David Todd.
Okay.
So
Fantastic. Okay, so we call it good because it is good at clearing out the extra triglycerides in our bloodstream. Okay, so imagine this is a bloodstream. Okay, he's high density, I'm low density. Okay, so high density, will you stand up? You're going to be our triglycerides. Okay, high density is going to move those triglycerides through the bloodstream. Get him! Get him, move him out. Move him.
that
High
way.
density.
I know.
Be
I'm taking it
powerful.
the right way.
Good. Okay. Now I'm low density. Come on, triglyceride. I'm low density.
Am I taking you over?
Exactly. We don't. Stink, right? We're not going anywhere. Where are we? We're just stuck in our blood vessels, right? We're just stuck. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You made a really good triglyceride.
Oh,
Yeah,
good,
great
good.
job.
High density. We've got a linebacker.
Yeah.
Bulldoze it out. Clear it out. Okay. We want those. We want to be able to clear those triglycerides. Okay. This is actually pretty important because we're going to start talking about high fat diets. Okay. What do high fat diets do? It increases the amount of fat in your bloodstream. The big worry is that bad? Is that good? Well, it depends on what is in there. And this is what Josh was talking about with the ratio being really important. Because if you have a lot of triglycerides in your bloodstream, but you have a lot of those linebackers clearing it out, what's the problem? There's no problem. Your body's processing it. Your body's dealing with it. Okay, that's a healthy metabolism. That's a healthy metabolic system. Lots of fat, let's clear it out. A unhealthy metabolic system, lots of fat, we're just hanging out with our triglyceride friends, just sitting in our arteries, causing problems. That is a unhealthy metabolic system. Okay, so when we just say cholesterol, it's too general. We're looking at all those things as one thing. It's kind of like saying body weight. Okay, I mean, what are we talking about here? Your weight went up. What weight? Did you build more ligament tissue? Did you build more bone density? Oh yeah, not that I'm not loud, right? It's like what weight went up? Let's talk specifics. And so that's the same thing with cholesterol. We got to talk specifics because if you have more HDL, cool, great. If you have more LDL, not so cool. Okay, making sense? Okay, all right. We're going to move back to your worksheets. So on your worksheets, I think the next page, it asks for a personal goal. We have lots of goals, right? We're really good at this, Jim, of making sure you have goals, whether you like it or not. And so I want you to write down a goal for Spark for the next 4 weeks. What is your personal goal? This could be find out why and be able to implement it for the rest of my life. Okay? You guys know what to do, yeah? Everyone here know what to do to get healthier? Yes. Okay, we all know what to do. Today and for the next 4 weeks, we're going to find out why that is the what. Okay. Maybe that's your goal. Maybe it isn't. Maybe you want to go ahead and lose some 5 pounds, like five pounds of fat in the next 4 weeks. Great. Write it down. We are going to facilitate actual metabolic change for you in the next 4 weeks. This isn't just about learning. There's absolutely application going into this. You guys can stare at me awkwardly when you're done, and then I'll know when everyone's staring at me awkwardly that we're ready to move on. Yeah, good. Okay, awesome. Next, we want to look at objective metrics. Do you guys know the difference between objective and subjective?
No.
No. Good. Objective is something we can measure, and it's out in the physical world. Okay? So like your body weight would be an objective metric, something we can measure. Yeah? It's in the physical world. We can actually check it, look at it, right? Subjective is going to be more about what you think about it, how you feel about it. This is not going to be something we can actually measure in you. There's been attempts to measure subjective realities, but it's not tangible, right? We can't just go yes or no. It's typically like, I feel better. I just feel better. Anyone ever say that? Yeah, that would be a subjective metric, feeling better. Cool? Okay, so on your paper, we've got a question there. What is an objective measurement that you could use to manage or supervise your progress towards your goal? So you wrote a goal down. What measurement, objective measurement, something in the physical world, could we use to supervise your progress towards your goal? Meaning if it goes in one direction, we know that's good, we're making progress. And if it goes in the other, that's bad, that we're not making progress. It would be something we could measure, something in the real world, not just how you feel. Yeah, it could be like body fat percentage. It could be, I don't know, it could be a lift. It could be your mile time. It depends on what your personal goal is. Okay. I will tell you in the next 4 weeks, probably the easiest thing for most of us is going to be using something out of the InBody scan, because that gives us feedback really quickly. Cool. I see a lot of eyes. This is good. We're going to go to subjective. Now, this is more of just like, I just want to feel better. If I feel better, I know I'm making progress. Okay. Or I want to be less crazy. I just want to be less crazy, If I'm less crazy, I'm making progress, right? Whatever it is. This would just be your ideas of progress and how we might look at that. So go ahead and write that down. I want the people that I live with to like me more. That would be subjective. Well, we could do surveys every week. How much do you like them on a scale from 1 to 10 this week, right? Still subjective. And no, Julie's like, let's not do that survey. Cool. All right. Eyeballs when you're done, okay? So we can move on to the next thing. Yeah, good. Okay, so what's the problem? Some of this is going to be just duh, okay? Because you guys, as a group, you are very well educated. You are very well informed, okay? You've been working hard to learn. You've been working hard to try stuff and learn what's true. So you guys are not new to these subjects, okay? So there's going to be some, well, duh moments. What is the problem with our health? Metabolic dysfunction, right? We just established that with our different health models. Turns out if your body can do things really well and really quickly and handle big loads of things, whether it be inside the blood vessels or in the gym, you're doing great. Lots of stuff lines up really nicely for you in terms of your health. Make sense? Okay, so if our metabolism or our metabolic health is not functioning correctly, we're in trouble. So why? Why do we get there? Well, 2 things: high intake of processed foods and sugar. The end, right? Duh. We know that. And the other thing is movement is no longer required for us to survive. We could literally, this is mind blowing. Think about this. You could sit on your couch all day, every day and still live. Yeah. All day, every day. You could not move from your couch and you could still live. You don't have to get up. Well, I guess you might have to go to the door for the DoorDash people. No, they'll come into your house and deliver to your couch.
My 800-pound life, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, if you move in with your parents, okay, you got to live with somebody, okay? Move in. You don't have to leave for work. You could still work and make money from your couch and then order your food and then have your food delivered to your door and then call your mom and be like, Mom, get me my food from the door. And then she take it to the couch and then you eat your food and then you do have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
But there are toilets that you could like put right next to you.
Oh.
And then
Well, it kind of depends, I think.
ah,
I've already been there.
exactly. He's planned it. You don't have to move anymore. But if you think back to 100 years ago, you would die. You would starve. You would die. Okay? So that's a huge problem because movement, as you know, is a make or break for our health. So those are our two problems. Let's talk about the first problem, the processed food and the sugar. Why do we eat so much of that? Because it tastes so good, right? Okay, let's think on that for a moment. Why does it taste so good?
Because of the stuff that they put in it.
Okay, why did they put it in there?
Money. Yes.
That's right. What is their motive?
Money.
Money. That's right. Okay, this is a fun one. Are you ready for this? You guys have all heard of GLP-1s. Those are the shots you take to help the body lose weight quickly. Okay, Josh and I had this discussion. We have these weird discussions sometimes. I was like, what would happen if Big Pharma, the drug companies that make like GLP-1s, and Big Food went up against each other? Dun, dun, dun. Because Tim actually sent me an article, this is what sparked the conversation, about how the food industry got hurt by Big Pharma producing these GLP-1 drugs. Because people aren't eating as much. They're not eating the junk food. And Big Pharma's like, oh shoot, our numbers. Okay?
You mean big
Big food. Oh yeah, big food. So Big Pharma makes a drug that makes people stop eating so much food. And then Big Food is like, what's happening? Why aren't you eating our food? Well, we've got these drugs that keep us from eating food. Do you think Big Food likes that?
No.
No. So what are they doing? Do you guys know what they're doing?
Now they're making protein stuff.
They're making food to bypass the GLP-1s. I am so serious. They're making food that cuts through the GLP-1 signals. Yes. Math, science. Yeah, seriously. They have billions of dollars to figure this out. And why? Why are they figuring it out?
Because of money.
Money. Okay. So we know this. Okay. We know this. Okay. If your food has been created by a man or men or women or human beings, okay, what was it created for?
Money.
To produce money. Was it created to produce health?
No.
No. Absolutely not. So let's talk about protein bars. Was that created to produce health?
No.
No, it was created to produce money. So now when you look at your foods that you're consuming, I want you to think about that. Was this made to make me healthier, or was this made to make somebody some money? Okay, money is not bad. We like money, okay? Just to be clear. We need money to survive, but we don't need money in exchange for our health in society, okay? At least that's what I think. You guys can think whatever you want. Huh? Yeah.
So what kind of foods are they making that cuts through the GLP-1?
Oh, I don't know. I just know this is like the new thing, right?
They're doing it chemically.
Yeah.
Bypasses that long kind of chemical.
Oh, I don't know. It's happening in the labs. This is their project. They invested a bunch of money into figuring it out.
Just like they convinced us that was bad, not sugar.
Yeah. It's, yeah, I know. She said it's the same thing with pet food. Yeah. If you want to talk about your animals and what they're eating, talk to Patty. Or me. I'll just send you to Patty to figure out how to sort it out. So does that make sense? Okay. It tastes amazing because they want you to eat it. Okay. There's things in it that make you want to keep eating it. It's designed on a molecular level to keep you eating it. Beyond what you can see, beyond a food label. It's designed by scientists to get you to eat more. Has anyone accidentally eaten more chips than they intended? It was designed that way. Has anyone eaten a few more Oreos than they intended to? Yeah, me too. Me too. Okay? It's because it was designed that way. Cool? Good for them, not great for you. Okay, now, and one of the things they do is they create foods that bypass the satiety signals that I'm full, I'm good, right? Like you're full, but you're not even paying attention to being full. You're just paying attention to putting more in your mouth to get those tastes.
Just so you know when tobacco finally became, they realized it was bad for you, smoking was bad for you, and they made a big push and smoking went extinct.
Yeah.
All of the scientists for the tobacco went into food.
Oh, yeah.
They transferred the food and they transferred food and to make food as
Smart. Very smart. Yeah, it's really smart of them. If you were on that team, you'd be like, yeah, this is great. Yeah, we're just on a different team. Okay, cool. And then here's the other one. The reason you eat it, the reason you buy it is marketing. Marketing is so smart. It can be so smart, okay? There are products out there advertised and marketed as healthy and for your health and for your weight loss goals and aligned to all the things you're trying to do, and it is simply marketing. It's still food that's been created to make money, which means you need to eat lots of it and you need to keep buying it and you need to keep spending your money on it, okay? It's not created to make you healthy, okay? Does that make sense? Okay, so that's why we eat a lot of processed food and sugar.
Because of this, right?
That's the point. The other point I was going to make too is not only is marketing great, but then they price the bad food really low or way more affordable than they do the food that's actually good.
Yeah.
In certain socioeconomic areas.
Exactly.
Yes and no. Yes and no, okay? Fruit, vegetables, and meat is not really that expensive. I mean, yeah, it costs money. And especially if you're going to start doing high quality meats, it's like double or triple sometimes, okay? But let's start with low quality meats. Then we'll worry about high quality meats. A low quality meat is probably better than that bag of chips, right? So it's a gradient, okay? And some of that, to be honest, is marketing. You just repeated some marketing, right? This is cheaper. This is cheaper. Junk food is cheaper. Some of that you're convinced of because you've been marketed to. Our food is cheaper. Go buy fruits and vegetables and meat, and only buy fruits and vegetables and meat, and check out what your bill is. Go look for yourself. Cool? Okay. Now, what are the biological consequences of eating high processed foods, lots of it, and sugar? We know, right? We know our blood sugar goes up and it falls and it goes up and it falls, right? We're all familiar with this. You guys know the roller coaster. I'm hungry, I'm full, I'm hungry, I'm full, I'm hungry, yeah? Everyone's tracking with that? And then insulin gets released to deal with the spikes, to pull it back down, okay? And then we end up with lots of insulin, the high insulin that we were looking at on our labs, right? And then we also end up, so insulin is opening the door to our cells, saying like, come on in, right? They're the bouncer. Come on in. All these nutrients that you're consuming, and our cells get bigger and bigger and bigger, and they hold fat for a while. And then eventually when we've maxed out, our body starts to store the nutrients in other places like our liver. Okay, so it's nutrient overload. Our bodies get bigger, the fat starts spreading even inside your muscle tissue. Did you know that our bodies, if we overload on fat, can start to put fat in your muscle? Yes.
You seen a steak?
Yeah. Have you seen a steak? Yeah. Think about that. You want bigger muscles, but do you want bigger muscles full of fat? No. Yeah, crazy. I say these things with shock and awe because I'm learning too, right? So I'm like, I just learned this probably last year and I was like, what? Okay. And then we have inflammation. And inflammation can be good and bad. We have to have inflammation in the body, okay? Otherwise we die. Inflammation is an important part. But when it's chronically high for a long time, we have lots of problems, okay? Tracking? Good. So those are the biological consequences, what's happening inside of our body, and we get metabolic dysfunction as a result. Everyone good?
Yep.
Cool? Okay, what's the solution? This is one of those duh moments. Why am I here? The solution is eat meat and vegetables, nuts and seeds, some fruit, little starch and no sugar. Keep intake levels that will support exercise but not body fat. You guys have heard this a million times. It's on the wall. When you go to the bathroom, it's right in front of you, right? This is nothing new. This is what I warned you of, okay? This isn't some magic, like, new potion recipe to improve our metabolic health. We know this works, okay? Yeah? You guys know it works because you've been applying it. Why does it work? Here's why. If you truly do this, you will end up with a high-fat diet, a moderate protein diet, a low-carbohydrate diet. If you truly do this, you're eating meat, which gives you fat and protein, okay? You're eating vegetables, which gives you some carbohydrates, but not really a ton, okay, if you're just eating vegetables. And we're not talking starchy vegetables. That would be here in the starch category, okay? So not potatoes would be down here. Corn would be down here, okay? So you're eating vegetables. And then nuts and seeds, again, high fat. This is going to up your fat numbers. You familiar with eating nuts? Okay, good. And then you eat some fruit, okay? It's actually, they switched it. I should correct this. It's little fruit. Little fruit, okay? What does little fruit mean? Little fruit. Yeah, it's some starch, little fruit. They switched those two words. So they put some with starch and little with fruit. So it's little fruit. Little fruit is like a serving a day, okay? Or like I like to do it, little fruit, like berries. Get it? Yeah, like little fruit. Berries are low glycemic. They don't affect your blood sugars, as glycemic refers to your blood sugar, how much sugar is in your blood. So if you pick fruits that are low, then it doesn't create big spikes, okay? And then some starch, okay? So like a little bit of potatoes or corn or those starchy things. And in the quick cut, we teach stick with vegetables for your starches. Okay, don't go breading it up. I just made that up on the fly. Don't go breading it up. I know, so gangster. It's my big papa coming out. So, and then no sugar, guys. No added sugar. There's going to be naturally occurring sugars in your fruit, in your vegetables, and in your starches. Naturally occurring sugar is fine. It wasn't added to the food. It was just made that way. Yeah? So added sugars would be anything added to your food to make it sweet. Anything. Anything. Agave, honey, maple syrup, sucralose, aspartame, what was it? Allulose. My mom's favorite. She loves allulose. She's like, it doesn't affect my blood sugar. I'm like, okay. No added sugar. None. Okay? There's lots of reasons for that. We'll talk more about that in the quality lecture. Cool? Nothing new. Okay, the other thing that improves our metabolic health, that is the fix, is what? Constantly varied functional movement done at high intensity. What? It's what you guys all do. And it works, yeah? How many of you started with movement and didn't even touch the diet and still got healthier? Raise your hand. Right, because it works all by itself too, to a degree. It really does. If you just do this, it works for a while. We have to add this in to get truly to our potential. Make sense? Okay. And then the rest, everyone's read this, right? All the way through. It's all about the movement side, but essentially this is summed up into that. Okay. Okay, we have a couple resources. So MetFix, just like CrossFit, has created a website where you can go on and you can get recipes. You can go on and learn a little, and you can go on and get a workout. You don't need to get a workout because you have our workouts, okay? But this is metfix.com. It's called the Daily Fix. And all three exist: belly, body, brain. So this is the recipe, this is the workout, and this is the education. Every day, something new. The recipes are fantastic. They focus in on eating meat and vegetables, nuts and seeds, some starch, little fruit, and no sugar. Okay? They're really, really great. And this is a video too. It's kind of cute. You can click on it, and it's like, this has chicken in it. And you're like, what? Yeah, chicken marsala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got marsala too.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is. Do you? It's a sauce. It's a sauce. There you go. Pretty cool, right? So I wanted to put this up here because this is a great tool for cooking, specifically for cooking. Netflix.com.
Broken science.
Yeah.
Oh, Okay, if you put in Metfix, it'll come up. Yeah. I think it's on your sheet too. Is it on there? It says the Daily Fix somewhere. If not, if you just look up the Daily Fix or metfix.com or brokenscience.org, it'll all take you there. Hey guys, brokenscience.org is the nonprofit that is dedicated to whistleblowing when it comes to our metabolic health, our sciences, and all the things. This is where Emily comes in with her investigative journaling. This is what she does. She goes, this recommendation is based on this study that never even happened. That's real life things, right? And so that's what she does. That's Broken Science. And then Broken Science is like, well, we need to create a practical program, and that's Metfix with real information backed by science and results. Cool? All right. Good. Then, yep, it's free. So this is the recipe for the day. This is a workout for the day. And this is education for the day. It's an article. Yeah. Good? Okay, we have come to the end. Oh my gosh, I'm right on time. I'm gonna be late. I'm gonna be late. Michael's going on time, and I'm gonna sneak in. Yeah, hopefully not at the same time she's coming in. You know. Good. So here's the deal. This is not just an education program. I want you guys to make changes. I want you to get results over the next 4 weeks. Yeah, you guys want some results over the next 4 weeks? Awesome. Here's how we do it, okay? We know how to do this. We've done it many times with you. We take these next 4 weeks to focus, to get some things done, to make some changes that you haven't made. And you do it completely focused for 4 weeks. Here's where we're gonna start. You're gonna start by going home, and you're going to set yourself up to start cooking at home. Why? Because cooking at home puts you in control of your food. When you go eat out, they add stuff to your food you're not even thinking about. Stuff that does not help you. And we're going to talk more about it in quality. But throughout this program, I want you cooking at home, not eating out. Okay? We're going to do the throw out list. If you flip through your packet, you're going to see the throw it out list. Okay, if you have any of these things in your kitchen, you are going to throw it out. Not down the hatch, in the trash. Yes, I know this strategy. If I just eat it really quick, it won't be here anymore, right? We don't want that inside of you. It will not set you up well to do that, okay? Just throw it out. Okay. Then we have a cooking equipment list. I think it's the final page of your packet. I want to make sure that you are prepared to cook at home. I think, who here does cook at home? You do cook. Okay, great. Okay, you've got to cook you either cook at home or you've got to cook at home, right? Either way, we want to make sure your kitchens are set up. It sounds like all of you are there, okay? You're going to have 0 processed food. Now, this is going to be a shocker. Are you ready? Protein bars, protein shakes, out. Wow. Yes, I know. How are we ever going to survive? Yes.
Protein shakes like a pre-made protein shakes that not whey powder milk.
Absolutely processed.
No whey powder.
If you're doing straight whey powder with no other ingredients, I'm going to say, okay, but have you ever had that? No. It's disgusting. Yeah, go for it. If it's straight whey, I'd say go for it. But I'll tell you what, if it's straight whey, you're probably not going to drink it. If it's processed. Trust me, that's processed. Turn it over. If it's more than one ingredient, it's processed. Okay, so no processed food. Yeah. What? How the heck are we going to survive? What's that? Naked and afraid. Same thing, except you get to wear clothes. Yeah. Hey, it works. Have you guys ever seen that show? I think they get really skinny.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they lose their muscle mass too.
And their mind.
And their minds. So we'll keep our clothes on, and we'll keep living in our own houses, and we'll just eat lots of real food. Okay? Does that make sense? This is the game for the next 4 weeks, and we're playing together. We are playing together. Okay. No added sugar. We talked about it. Better be checking. Guys, it's crazy out there. I have been working really hard at not consuming any seed oils. This is a new thing for me, okay? Probably over the last year of trying to cut out the seed oils. And I was eating a bag of cashews from Kirkland, you know, the little bags. And I'm like, you know, eating my cashews. And then I'm like, I just want to check. I just want to be sure. Flip it over. Bam. Seed oils. They added it to my cashews, right? You got to check. Even the stuff you've been consuming regularly for years and you think are okay. That's the other crazy thing. They change it. You checked it 5 years ago. You've been consuming it ever since. The recipe has changed. The ingredients have changed. You better check. Okay? So no added sugars. Beware. Beware. The Winnie the Pooh song. Beware, beware, beware.
Oh, your honey?
Beware of Mercedes and Dave. They have honey at their house. All right. Got it on the no sugar. Sucralose is included. That's usually what protein powders are sweetened with. That would be an added sugar. Okay? That's out. Number 4, I want you to log your food. We're going hard. We're going in, all the way in. Starting today. I want you to use MyFitnessPal. If you are allergic to technology and you are going to have an allergic reaction and die if you use MyFitnessPal, then we've provided you with a food log. Did we?
Yes, you did.
On the prep sheet. And you can write it all down and it will be completely worthless without a lot of math. Seriously. You can write it all down. At least you'll be aware of what you ate. But we won't have your numbers in terms of protein, carbohydrates, fats, anything. Yeah. I don't know what that is. Is it a processed food? Oh, I got you. It depends on if it will give you feedback. Yeah, we want to know all the cool stuff that MyFitnessPal tells us. Okay, after you've done logging your food. I have used an AI app. I tried to do that just to see if this would be better. It really was bad, like really bad information about the foods. So it was really off, like really off, to the point where like, what's the point in the data? Yeah.
I have a question about the recipes on Netflix.
Yeah.
Does somebody put them in MyFitnessPal? Because I've been adding them and it doesn't match. So is there an easy way to get them into FitnessPal instead of me manually?
I don't know.
Okay. You did put them in somewhere? Huh? You did. I was bored with what I was eating. So.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that.
Okay.
Yeah, you might have to put them in manually.
Okay. It
Yeah.
just doesn't match with it. So I was hoping it might be something that.
Yeah, maybe do it by hand. Okay, that's one of the things we're looking for. Tracking. Okay. Get in 5 workouts this week. Some of you are like, oh. Guys, our program is designed to be done 5 to 6 days a week. If you're having like a gut reaction to getting in 5 workouts, that means you haven't been doing our program. I will tell you this, if you do the program, you get in your workouts, you're going to see fantastic change. Fantastic change. It works every time. It's crazy. It works every time for everybody. Yes, Russell.
Something like Greek yogurt, as long as it's just plain Greek yogurt.
Yep.
Does that fall under just like the meats and the vegetables portion?
It's dairy. Yeah. It doesn't fall under those things. Yeah. It does not fall under the eat meat and vegetables. It's not on here. Right? So make your choice. It's not processed. I mean, it is processed, right? Otherwise, it wouldn't exist. It had to be processed. But that's the least of my concerns. No added sugars, you know, and there's nothing added to it. It's just plain Greek yogurt. Fine. Yeah.
So the peanut butter from Costco, it just says peanuts.
That's right. Peanuts and salt. That's fine. That would be under the nut category. Now, if they add sugar to it, though, it's out. All right. We're good here? 5 workouts a week? Raise your right hand. Say out loud. I will do 5 workouts this week. That's right. Why'd you hold up a 4, Eugene? All right, guys. Then finally, we need to meet back here and we need to revisit and go over the next thing, which is about quality of food. Okay? On Friday at 6:30, we're hosting a seminar on Saturday and Sunday. So we will not be meeting on Saturday. We're meeting Friday at 6:30. Does that make sense? Okay. Does anyone have any questions? Ask me questions. It's okay. I know the wedding's coming. It's okay. Ask me questions. We're all good? Wow. Okay.
Are you gonna post that if we're not here Friday?
Yes. Yes. If you ever miss one, I will get you the video. Oh, really important. Did everyone get added to Spark
Yeah.
on SugarOne? You don't know?
No.
Kayla, did everyone get added to Spark on SugarOne? Dang it. Okay. Everyone open your SugarOne app. So by the end of today, you're going to be able to see your curriculum. That's right. You have homework. So open SugarOne. You should see workout of the day at the top. Well, it's under the picture, right? It's under the announcements. It says workout of the day. Click on it. You see how it opens up a menu?
We're all trying to get it.
Oh, does it say switch?
The service
Okay.
here sometimes it's not great.
Yeah.
It's a switch.
Good. Hit switch. Click on it. Do you see how it opens up a menu? Okay. By the end of today, you're going to see Spark on that menu. Okay. Tomorrow, there are 2 things for you to read or watch. Read or watch for a deeper dive. This is not like a requirement, like you're a loser if you don't read it. But this is so that some of you really want to understand this stuff. You really want to know why and how. And so we provided all the reference materials for you 2 at a time for the next 4 weeks so that you can really understand this stuff on a deeper level, more than we could go over in just an hour. Okay. So when you open SugarWOD by the end of today, all of you will be added in and you'll be able to see Spark. You'll click on it and you'll see what we covered today. And then you'll see tomorrow, there's going to be 2 things to read or watch. Some of them are YouTube videos. Cool?
Cool.
Okay. Thank you guys for coming, and I'll see you on Friday.
Thank you. Good presentation. I didn't see any alcohol. Looks like alcohol's okay. I didn't see any.
Totally okay.
Did not listen.
Totally okay.
Bingo. Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, and then this one is that.
Yeah, you'll take these.